Oh, Garrett, we're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna have some
Oh,
fun, Garrett.
the Doane.
Woo! Here we go. Here we
It's live.
go.
Live.
Oh man, I got my Dutch Brothers coffee. We got people who just want to make music videos, have a good time. So if you're
Yeah,
coming
man.
in, come on in, people. Here we go. Let's have a good time. Let's have a great time here today.
Yeah, let's get this chat rolling.
Man, how excited are you getting, Garrett?
I'm so stoked.
Just having people who want to do stuff, who want to make stuff. I mean, that's what, look at that. We got Paris coming. We got Adam. Look at these people coming in. That's
What up,
Steffi.
guys?
Steffi, Jonathan, Bill. Woo! People just rolling in. Come on. Here we go. We got Matt Daniels. We got Thad. Thad is my favorite name so far. Thad so far is winning. Thad's
Thad?
winning this. Thad is winning this so far.
I like
Stephanie's
that.
here. Justin. Oh, Miguel. Look at that.
Trey.
What's up? What's up? What's up, Deb? Okay. Yeah, where are you from? Don't just say hello. Tell me where you're from. We got time here. People are rolling in. Tell me where you're from. I want to know. Oklahoma. There we go. There we go. I like
Nice.
this. Here we go. Mary Elizabeth.
Morning.
William with the double hello. Thank you, William. Hello, hello back to you.
Morning and mate.
Coming by. We got people from the UK. We got people rolling
Australia.
in. Buffalo. What's up, Buffalo? I love Buffalo. Oh, my goodness. I could tell you stories about Buffalo. Some of my favorite bands are from Buffalo. I mean, you got the Goo Goo Dolls all the way to Snapcase. I mean, Buffalo. What else we got here? Howdy, y'all. We got some people coming in here. Hello, hello. Oh, I love this. Melbourne, Australia. Here we go.
Nice.
Anaheim.
Birmingham, Alabama. Yo, I'm from Birmingham.
I like, what's up, Vancouver?
How about
People
that?
coming in. We got Kim from England. Jam, it's midnight. Look at Jam coming in at midnight there. Look at this. People rolling in. San Francisco. There we go. Orange County. Sylvia. Canada. Yo, Bulgaria. This is great. Everyone, just get into this room. This is amazing. This is great to have everybody here, and everyone's just coming in. And we'll do a little pre-conversation here, Garrett, kind of while everyone is sort of rolling in here. Again, I am Darren Doane, and Leah is one of my favorite people in the entire world. And I am a savvy musician, academy instructor, ninja, Gandalf, as I've been called recently. And I'm here to continue helping really what people are doing, which is just figuring out how to navigate in this industry and just absolutely dominate and kick butt. So my specialty is music video. But you know what, Garrett, what's cool about this whole industry, as I'm sure you know, is it's never just one thing. It's everything, right? If you're doing one thing, you're doing everything. So, that's the world we live in now.
Yeah. And Darren's definitely doing everything. He doesn't want to toot his own horn too much, but Darren's been making videos for the likes of Shinedown, Jimmy Buffett, Jason Mraz, Colby Calais, you name it. He's done it.
Yeah, I stopped counting at 400. True story. I stopped counting at 400. And but no, I love this because I love musicians. I love artists. I grew up around musicians. I couldn't play an instrument. So to me, actually having a camera and being with bands was like the best way to be a part of all the musicians that I knew that were in bands. I mean, so we got people coming in. We got Natalie is watching this at 6 at night, and you're on the Pacific. There we go. People checking in. Here we go. Xavier. Xavier, let me answer for you. Yep, that's my co-host right there. That is Garrett Gamble. He's going to be helping me moderate here today because I got questions. I got hundreds and hundreds of questions that all you guys sent in. This is amazing. And Garrett is also going to be watching the thread over here. So when we've got good questions that come in from the thread, we're going to jump in and go for it. So we got Truman from Oakland jumping in here. Look at this. Kim from Colorado Springs. Look at this. Xavier. I like X's. My daughter's name is Zan, X-A-N. So I'm just a big fan of X names, Xavier. So
Dad said, what about the other guy? I don't hear any talking.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me talk or no? Can you guys just let me know if you can hear me really quickly? Hello.
All right. So I'm talking. Look at this. Trey's already got a question there.
Oh, yes. Okay, here we go.
Yes, we got, okay, so everyone can hear everyone? Great.
Very good.
I think everyone's jumping on. This is good. This is good.
Awesome.
I like it. Well, here's what we're going to do. It is 4:05. I'm going to jump in real quick and kind of just introduce myself one more time as we kind of get rolling officially here. I know this is always crazy when you're doing a webinar and when there's technological issues or stuff that can happen. Hang in there, people, or jump back on. If we've got something that goes crazy, Garrett is here to bail me out. But let me start by just saying thank you so much for showing up. There's a lot of things you could be doing right now, and you chose to be here. So that actually that means a lot to me, and I don't want to waste your time. I want to make sure that you guys just get so much out of this. Again, my name is Darren Doane. I've been directing music videos for about 25 years now. That's been my only job, as crazy as that may seem. I've only had one job. I mean, I worked at a Christmas tree lot for a little bit, but we're not going to go into that. But after high school, this is all I've done. I started in 1990, officially, but I was making music videos even when I was in, high school. So I'm here right now to kind of share with you guys who, again, I know you're good friends with Leah. I know she's done so much for your guys' life with the Savvy Musician Academy. I'm here to be here for you guys and to talk about the music video. And again, I got Garrett here. Garrett is going to be helping out. He's going to be going through some of the live stream here. And if he sees a great question or something that we need to jump into, he's going to reach out to me and say, hey, answer this one. So let me just take a few minutes. And again, thank you guys for being here. First, how did I get into music videos? Let me just kind of give you my background. I said a little bit earlier, I always wanted to be in a band. I always wanted to play an instrument. I never could. I was just never that good. But all my friends were in bands. And so I always had a video camera, and I just started filming all my friends. I just started filming, going to parties, going to concerts. I loved music videos. And after high school, I just jumped right into it. And the reason why I connect with musicians as a music video director is that they go hand in hand. So it's not like I went to a bunch of, film, guys over here to do music videos. I graduated high school and I was with musicians on the road, making demos, putting out their own music, doing their own distribution. So I connect with musicians, and really everything I've done in my career has been modeled after what musicians do. So I have a lot of respect for all of you guys, and so really being a music video director was a way for me to come alongside the art that you guys make, and in that process develop my own art. And before you know it, it was 25 years had passed, and I went from directing little teeny tiny bands like Blink 182 when they were just a little pop punk band in San Diego. Then within a few years they were on a major label, and it wasn't just this underground sort of pop thing anymore. It was actually mainstream. And as all my friends got bigger and bigger and bigger, I kind of just traveled with them. And before you knew it, I was working with, legends like Jason Mraz, or the Zack Brown Band, or Kid Rock, or Shinedown. I mean, what are you guys into right now? As I kind of tell my story, I'm curious, what are you guys into right now as far as style of music, or what is your style of music? You can kind of hit that up on the thread right now. I'm really curious kind of what you guys are listening to right now, because I've worked with every genre. I mean, I love music. I love shooting videos for every single kind of style out there. So we got pop, we got singer-songwriter, we got hip hop, we got pop, electronic pop, country music. I mean, look at this. I mean, this indie folk. I mean, blues rock. John's got blues rock. We got. I mean, look at this. Positive vibes. I like that category. Classical music. I mean, this makes the point. I grew up. I loved everything from Enya to Metallica. I mean, and everything in between. And when I see this list of what people are into, that was me. I'm just like you. I mean, I love all different kinds of music. And as a music video director, I get to play in all those styles, and all those different styles kind of require something a little bit different. So we got funk, we got dancehall. Makes me think of all the ska bands that I did videos for, jazz. So yeah, so being able to work with different kinds of bands, that's what I loved. That's what I loved doing. I would go from pop punk to a rock ballad. And so as I went through that process, before you know it, you begin to learn things. You begin to figure out tricks and tips and sort of pitfalls and all of those things. Neo soul gospel, love that. Look at that. Look at this. I mean,
somebody's plugging their Snapchat.
Yeah. Fee-Rog over at Snapchat there. So yeah, so I've been able to work, I mean, with all different kinds of bands, you know, all different genres, but I love all different kinds of music, you know, and my conversation here will be kind of how I just talk in real life. It'll be non-linear. We'll go from one subject to the next. So hang on, people. This is going to be a ride. By the way, my first tip is it's best if you're going to be in this industry, in one sense, to just keep your mouth shut, because you never know who you're going to be working with. You never know who you're going to be on tour with. I would be with bands. They'd be like, oh, I think that band sucks. I think that, you know, like, oh, I think they're a bunch of sellouts, or they're this. And they get a phone call, and next thing you know, oh, we're going on tour with that band. No, I think they're nice guys. Oh, they're actually really, really cool. You know, and I learned pretty early on that I should probably keep my mouth shut as far as what kind of music I really, really like, or what bands I, you know, don't like, because you might be working with them next week. And that wasn't about being fake, because what I found was there was a lot of bands that I actually weren't that into. When I got to work with them and spend time with them and see them and actually get engrossed in their music, I actually started to realize why people love them, and I started to love them. There was a punk band called AFI way back in the day, and you know, it wasn't my cup of tea. I was just like, there was a lot of punk going on at the time, and I did their music video, and after a week with them, working with them, filming them, they became one of my favorite bands of all time. Because I actually spent time, and so being a filmmaker, you actually get a chance to, you know, do that. So just a little tip there: just be careful what you say, because you might be working with those artists. Well, we've been getting hundreds and hundreds of questions coming in, and so we're gonna just we're gonna start with some of these. Garrett, unless you got something there, while I kind of grab my notes here.
Yeah, sure. So we'll just really quick, I'll interject with a few little house rules and layout for what you guys can expect today. So this format is a question and answer session with Darren. We've received, like Darren said, hundreds of questions before the webinar, so we'll be getting to those first. But on the right-hand side of your video, you'll notice a chat screen where most of you have already found that. We will be accepting questions in there for the duration of the session.
Yep.
And aim to get to as many of those as possible. If you guys can just keep any kind of negative Nancy stuff out of the chat. Jody from the Savvy Musician team is also here to help facilitate smooth running chat. A bunch of you have asked about a recorded replay of this. So if you did sign up for this session, you will receive the recorded replay along with some notes. So feel free to take notes if you'd like, but you guys can also just relax knowing that they will be sent to you afterwards. Unless you used a fake ID, and then we don't know where to send the email. If your video feed freezes up during this session, you can just click refresh and you should get right back on the page. But if it doesn't work for you, like I said, you will ultimately get the replay. Let's see, I think that's about it. Oh, somebody asked about Leah. Leah is not here. She's extremely busy in the process of making her album. She wanted to be here. She says to tell hey to all of you guys. I'm not sure who it was, but he asked about having a picture of Leah. There's plenty of pictures of Leah on her Facebook page, so you can go there as well.
And I've heard 2 songs off the new album, and it's mind-blowing. Let me just say that real quick. So, and I'm begging that Leah will give me a chance to make her next music video. So we shall see.
Yes, I know she's definitely been very excited about that. So, all right, so that's
all right. We ready to rock and roll, Garrett? Are we doing this?
Let's rock and roll. Yeah, feel free to shoot your questions in the chat, guys. Along the way, like I said, we'll be getting to as many as we can.
All right. Well, first question comes in from, I'm going to go with Jon Stewart. I don't think it's the Jon Stewart from The Daily Show, but I still love the name. So we got Jon Stewart. He says, I can produce a music video for my singles and Facebook post it of either the whole 3 to 4 minute song or like 30 seconds of it, like Bon Jovi does. And I love any question that's got John Bon Jovi in the question. So basically what John's asking is, should he post the entire song if he does a music video, the entire video, or just the 30-second preview? I like the 30-second preview. I mean, I think that's great. I think if you do make a music video, post that 30 seconds. I think that's fine, because there's plenty of other places, you know, where you can maybe do a long form version of that post. So I'm a fan of the 30-second preview, because I think that's kind of like a trailer to a, you know, movie. It gets people super, super excited for that. So I would recommend, yes, if you do make a music video, then yes, I like the 30-second post on there. But I'm going to go to Johnny Shiloh and Ryan, who says, where do I start? Is it okay to do the video yourself, or would it be more cost efficient to hire somebody every time? I think you make the music video yourself. I mean, if you've got connections to people, and we live in a time right now where you can find music video directors anywhere. When I started back, you know, in 1990, there were like 3 people in the like indie world who were making music videos. Now you can just go on Vimeo and search directors reel. You can go on Facebook and find directors. So there are plenty of choices out there for people to find directors out there. But I think you can make your own music video. I mean, you know, that's one of the reasons why, you know, I'm excited to get people interested in music videos, because it's actually not that complicated to do a music video. And we'll talk about that, you know, a little bit more later. But I think right now, it's not that difficult to go get a camera, get some editing software. If you're already making music and you're already possibly maybe recording, doing your own music or demos, and you've got a little experience with computers, you can definitely make your own music video. So one, look around in your area, see who's in your area who's making music videos, because directors like myself, it's not always about a, you know, budget. I mean, yes, I've worked with huge artists, and sometimes I get music video budgets that are, you know, really, really expensive. But if the band down the street comes to me and says, hey, and they play me a song, and I love the song, I'm going to make a music video for them. I don't care if they've got money or not. I love making music videos. And I think most directors and filmmakers and artists are like that. So I think as long as you've maybe created something that's worth listening to, I think you can get people excited to actually do it for free, because I want to always be filming as a filmmaker. So that's why I love working with artists and musicians. So I would say, yes, learn to do videos yourself. At the same time, find other artists out there, get them excited about your work, and I bet you can find a director who would make something for you. But we'll get into costs and numbers and a little bit of that later. You got anything going on over there, Garrett, that's sort of jumping out at you?
A bunch of people are asking about equipment. I'm sure they're talking about on the lower budget range, something that most people can get to easily. Right.
I mean, as you guys know, I mean, you guys are musicians. It's a tough question to answer, because I'm sure if you're a drummer out there and I say, what's the best drum kit to get, or what's the most affordable drum kit? Or if you're a singer, what's the best mic? What's the most affordable mic? You know, should I start with a karaoke kit, or should I actually go buy, you know, there's so many answers there. The best thing to do, I mean, really, your phone is amazing. Or just go into Best Buy, just go into Walmart. You can buy a $100, $200 camera and you can make a great music video. It's not about the equipment. It's just not. And as musicians, I don't want you to come over into thinking about music videos and leave what it means to be a, you know, to actually to be an artist. A great artist doesn't say, I'm not going to show up at that venue unless they have this kind of sound system, or that. If you're confident in what you do, you'll show up at a bar, you'll show up in an open marketplace, and you'll do what you do. So when you start thinking about music videos, and believe me, it's not even that bad as far as that analogy. You could walk into Best Buy and get a camera right now for a couple $100 that has the amount of resolution and technology in cameras that I was renting for thousands of dollars 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. The technology is there. So I think just about any camera will do. Just get it and do it. What else you seen out there, Garrett? I've got a few more here.
Yeah, sure. So how about let's see, what's a good one? Oh, a length. How long should a music video be?
Well, I mean, music videos should be as long as your song, you know? So if you've,
The best length is
the best length, yeah. I mean, yeah, what's the best length for a, you know, pop song? You know, I wouldn't worry about length, you know. Yes, we live in an age where people are, you know, they say their attention span is less, but I don't know about that. I see something cool, I watch it. I think that's why if you make a music video, I think it can live on YouTube, it can live on Facebook, and I think places like Instagram, you know, are great to have just that 30-second or sort of 1-minute preview version, you know. I just don't think we have to pick and choose anymore. We have so many great opportunities to put different forms of our media out there. So I say do it, all of it.
Okay, here's another good question that I think you'll enjoy, because I know Darren likes the editing part of the process.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Favorite editing software?
Well, favorite editing software. And you're going to hear a lot of this from me. You know, I have my favorites, but I will edit on anything, anywhere, anytime. Doesn't matter. Right now, I'm on Premiere. I love Adobe Premiere. I was a Final Cut guy. I loved Final Cut. Started with iMovie. So even though I was in big editing systems, you know, Avid and Grass Valley and all these like crazy things way back in the early 90s, I remember when a friend came to me and said, hey, I think we can get a thing called a Mac computer and edit our own music videos. I was like, what? What are you talking about? He goes, yeah, I'm serious. We went and bought a Mac. We had iMovie, didn't know about Final Cut yet. And I loved iMovie. I actually started cutting on iMovie. And so even now what iMovie is, it's crazy from what it was. So I think you can edit on anything. Because I have a background in Final Cut, I love Adobe Premiere. But you can edit in any software, any software. So just learn the software. Doesn't matter what it is. They're all great. They're all amazing. Some have, you know, some pros, some cons. But for making a music video as opposed to a movie or certain things, all editing systems are fine to make, you know, any music video.
You know, I want to interject here, Darren, and bring up a good point. And we discussed this a little bit prior to the show today, and I think it's a good time to talk about the point that an underlying theme to some of the answers that you've given so far as related to equipment or software is it's less about the tool and more about the art, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you've told me a little bit about the direction that you see music videos going, and the fact that right now artists can go in and they can get samples, sound samples, very easily, right? Music samples. How about where you see this is going for editors in getting samples of video files, you know,
Yeah,
in the future?
absolutely. I mean, everything in film follows what's going on in music. So when music got all condensed and people could make entire albums in their basement, and they had Pro Tools and they had samplers and they had all these things, and they had plugins, and they could start, I mean, all that within 10 years, the film industry had all those same tools. And that's where we're going with film in general. There's all these, you know, whether it's Pond5 or different organizations, there's Nimia.com. There's so many people out there who love making films and who just love filming. Within the next year or two, there's going to be millions and millions and millions of clips, and you'll be able to sit down, have filmed yourself singing, and then had a storyline idea, and probably for 50 or $100, you'll be able to find all these clips to tell your own story, and they will be amazing looking images. So much like we have with stock footage today, where we're going to be a year from now, it's going to be crazy. You're going to see people making epic music videos with kind of what I think is the next level of stock footage.
Awesome.
I'm also looking at my paper here. Can you run us through your process of coming up with a concept for a video? Does it always have a story? Is it ever freestyle? If so, what parts? When I get sent a song, I mean, it's kind of magic, you know, as I'm sure all you guys can really relate to. I mean, it's one thing to make the music, you know, when you're a fan of music like myself, and you know you're going to have the ability to interact with that art. When a piece of music comes to me and they say, hey, we want to make a music video, I sit down, I put that song on, close my eyes, and I just start seeing what's kind of hitting me. Admittedly, I'm not a big lyric guy. That's probably one of my faults. I mean, so I actually have to look at lyrics. Some people are, you know, all you musicians out there, for some, you can hear one song and remember every lyric. I can't. I hear all the melodies. I sort of hear the tone, and that kind of gets me going more than anything else. And then I'll look at lyrics. But I listen to it. I just kind of see what hits me, kind of just what starts to, you know, kind of stir up. And then, but I immediately want to get on the phone with the artist. I get on the phone with the artist. I ask them, what is that song about? I don't believe in this. I'm just going to interpret what it is I think you do. I want to hear what the artist was coming from. And sometimes it might be something as simple as they'll say, hey, I just had this, I was inspired by red. I was thinking about the color red, and you'd be surprised, and entire songs can be written like that. Then I'll go back and take that idea and start thinking about red and scarlet and crimson. Maybe it's wine, maybe it's, you know, and I'll start to put storylines together and images together. And before you know it, then I actually have some sort of idea to come back to the band with. And so my personal approach is then I like to kind of just go back and forth with the artist and kind of see where we land. Of course, now there's budget concerns and constraints and all those things, but that's my beginning process. I like to let the music hit me and then figure out where I kind of want to go from there.
Awesome.
What's on the thread? What's coming in there?
Stephanie had a pretty good question because, you know, we said if it's not the software, the equipment, what is it? What's the secret behind a professional looking music video?
By the way, Jonathan, I see you up there. I know, that's the process. I love it. What was that one more time there, Garrett?
Yeah, so Stephanie was just asking, if it's not the software or the equipment, what is the secret to a professional looking video?
Okay, now that's worded really that's well worded, because a lot of people ask, what's the secret to a great video? I don't think you can make a great video without a great song. If you're not a great artist, I don't think you're going to have a great video. And in one sense, that could almost demotivate people, but I would actually encourage people to be motivated by that, because anything worth doing, I'm going to say this a few times, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. And then I sincerely mean that. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly. And we all know this, because if I go look at my work 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, how do you feel when you guys go listen back to your work 5 years ago, 10 years ago? I mean, you go, ooh, man, I don't know if that was that good, but it was worth doing, because anything worth doing is worth doing badly. And then you get better, and then you get better, and then you get better. So I would never want people to be too focused on sort of what is professional, you know. I would ask this question out there: how many people out there know who Chance the Rapper is? Anyone know who Chance the Rapper is out there on the thread? Anyone know?
By the way, Darren, there'll be just a slight delay, so you may see some answers start coming in right afterwards.
Okay.
Jonathan says,
so, Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper. Okay. So, I mean, here's, you know, not only does he give away, you know, all his music, you know, for free, but, you know, he's huge, you know, and so he's one of the biggest, you know, hip hop, rap. I mean, he, in one sense, he sort of, you know, defies genres, right? And you can go look at his video for no problem. Okay. I'm not saying I'm endorsing the video if it's offensive to anybody. It's not the kind of videos that I want to make. But here's Chance the Rapper, one of the biggest hip hop artists in the world. 78 million views on his video for no problem. And that video is as low tech as you could possibly make a music video. I mean, it's pretty much all shot on an iPhone. I mean, and they just hung out in their studio, and they're literally doing vocal takes in the kitchen or in front of the studio or in the car, or I mean, there's nothing quote unquote professional about it. There's nothing professional about it. It's low quality, it's low resolution, there's no lighting, there's no nothing. Does that matter? Does that matter to Chance the Rapper? 78 million views, one of the biggest artists in the world. So this idea of something being professional, I think what makes that video professional is Chance the Rapper is a professional, and everything else was just capturing him. So I don't ever want to get locked into this box of how to be professional. You know, as an artist, you don't want to say, hey, listen to my new song. We recorded it at X amount of megahertz. And with this, you know, microphone, there's no such thing as saying what microphone will make me sound professional. Either you got it or you don't. So don't worry about looking professional. Okay. Just be who you are, capture what you're doing. That's the most important thing. And if I could communicate just one thing to you guys today, I would say probably that is the most important thing, is don't get trapped into these boxes that, you know, there's a particular piece of equipment that makes you great as a musician. Not true. What makes you great is you and what you're doing. Let music videos be a part of that process and one more tool for you as you're trying to grow what it is that you are doing. So I just want to put that one to bed and just be like, that doesn't matter. You can go make anything. What you need to work on is your craft as an artist, and believing that video will be as good as it is, because it'll be as good as you are.
Darren, for the people at home wondering, how do I take the next step at being a better, on video, I'm better on screen? How am I better talent? You know, because that seems to be an underlying theme of your advice right now, is that you got to put forth good content. You know, what's the first step?
Go make a really bad music video.
Yes.
Go make a really bad music video and be like, I can't believe I made this. Oh my goodness. Like, you know, be humbled, and then go make another one, and then go make another one, and then go make another one, and say, well, you know, I don't like the way I looked. Don't make your art this precious thing that you hold on to and you never release until you think it's going to be perfect. If you say you're a perfectionist, just stop now. I get what people mean by that, you know, but just stop. No, you're not a perfectionist. No, you're not. And you don't want to be a perfectionist. No one likes perfectionists, first of all. They're just horrible people to be around. Secondly, you want to be loose. You want to be messy. You want to be doing projects and being like, I think that sucked. That was horrible. Why didn't anyone stop me? And then go do another one. That's what you got to do. I mean, mess up, be horrible, go do open mic, you know, get laughed at, get booed at, you know, that's fine. That's great. Go make a music video that's horrible, that you're embarrassed by, that you almost don't want to release, but release it anyways. Get that humility. If you guys are musicians, and I know you are, I know you know what it's like to show up somewhere and there'd be like 2 people or 4 people. I mean, that's why musicians are awesome. I went on tour with bands and they'd go somewhere, there'd be 500 people one night and you'd be so excited. You pull into another town, and there'd be 3 people. And the greatest bands that I ever went on tour with hit that room with the same energy if it was 3 people or 500 people. I mean, go out there and fail forward, fall on your face and get up. I mean, that's the experience. I love it. And 400 something music videos I've made. You guys are artists. Let's just have a little personal artist moment here. We all know what we think about our art. We have to put this facade on. We got to present ourselves. We got to go out there. We got to say, this is what I do. We got to go perform. We got to go do our thing. We walk off stage. I leave the set. But we all have that insecurity inside. Like, I can't believe I just faked my way through that. Was that even any good? That sucked. Did I just blow it? And we have to fight that voice that tells us you're no good. You suck. You shouldn't be doing this. I mean, that's the struggle. And that's what makes this exciting. My biggest music video to date was for Jason Mraz for a song called I'm Yours. And that project came up because Jason didn't want to make a music video. He only had like 3 days for a vacation, and he hadn't had a vacation in years. And he was going to be in Hawaii. And I had a reputation of being able to work in kind of complicated, not complicated artists, but complicated situations. And this was a complicated situation. I just said, I'll go out there, I'll meet Jason, and we'll just drive around Hawaii, hang out for a few days, and we'll make a music video. And when I heard the song I'm Yours, I was like, first of all, I got so scared because when I heard the song, I was like, this might be one of the catchiest, best songs I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, wow, this is okay. That's a lot of pressure. You know, then I kind of got my confidence back, got on the phone with Jason, said, hey, I'll come out to Hawaii. We'll hang out for 3 days and we'll just see what happens. And we traveled around for 3 days and we just shot vocal take after vocal take. And that's what I love about the singer-songwriter music video is you can just shoot someone here, shoot somebody there, film here, film there. Way different than a 5-piece band. So anyways, so we get done filming, and the more I've heard this song for 3 days, I'm like, this might be one of the catchiest pop songs ever. And after filming, went back to the hotel, I sat down, and I had this moment where I just realized I just made the worst music video in the history of music videos. And I've ruined Jason Mraz's career. And I just sat there in the hotel room, and I thought, I can't believe I just ran around Hawaii with no plan, didn't have any schedule, and I'm gonna ruin. This is my biggest failure. And all the thoughts go. And I had my editor with me at that time, who was also one of my camera operators. And I went out to dinner and I said, hey, can you just put some of the footage together and just maybe put 15, 20 seconds together? And went to dinner, came back. I saw the first 15, 20 seconds of the music video. I thought to myself, oh my goodness, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. And it worked because of the hustle. We went out and we did it as far as from a production standpoint, but Jason Mraz had written one of the best songs ever. And I know what that's like to go through something, which ironically enough, probably again, the most successful, I don't know, 500 million views alone just on that video or something. And know that inside I felt like I blew it. Okay. But I had so many years of just grinding and grinding and grinding, right? Victor, don't knock the hustle, #truth. I mean, they're just grinding. So that when you get in those situations where you're questioning yourself, you're relying on just that muscle memory of grinding. Okay. Zack Brown Band, I've done like, I don't know, 7 or 8 Zack Brown videos. Watching Zack Brown, when every single moment he's on that guitar playing, shredding, just going. That guy played bar after bar after bar after bar, you know, nonstop until they kicked him out of the bars, you know, just that kind of muscle memory. So I'm on a tangent right now. I don't even know how we got here, but the point is to grind. Don't worry about being professional. Just grind and go. What do we got going on there, Garrett? How's the thread going?
Awesome. They're loving it. They're loving it.
Great.
I've seen Thad. Thad is your favorite name, so we have
Thad.
Thad's question. Thad's asked this question a few times now. It's on the technical side, so we'll get
okay
here. What digital format has the most longevity once you've posted it? So I believe he's talking about perhaps on which type of social property or.
Right. Well, I mean, again, that's a bit of a geeky question.
Yep.
Obviously, codecs keep changing. Resolution keeps changing. A friend of mine was like, are you going to get the new Red camera with 8K resolution? I was like, I just got to 4K. Like, come on, people. 8K now? Rex, I see you. You're welcome, man. I mean, it's just like, so I don't worry about resolution. Recently, I've gone back because I just never keep copies of my videos. I'm horrible that way. And I was like, oh, I want to get a copy of my videos. And I went to YouTube, and the old ones, like the old compressions, they're so small. Thankfully, they still look good on Instagram. I'm a ProRes guy. So if we're gonna get geeky for one moment, I'm a ProRes 44444 export guy. ProRes, and then I make all my sub copies from that. So Thad, I'm gonna get you on my ProRes. I'm shooting at mostly 4K now. Most cameras that are 4K are also doing 1080 and 2K slow motion. I love slow motion. I have an issue with too much slow motion. But yeah, I'm a ProRes guy, so I'll just answer that right off the top there. And by the way, I keep seeing up here too, I want to see when it comes back around, someone's got something about their country music video, 500,000 views, and that pops up. I'm going to get back to that. So what else you got on there?
What about the best platform for the video once it's completed? So Eddie's
Everything.
asking this question.
All of the above. All of the above. You want it on YouTube. You want it on Facebook. You want it on Vimeo. You want it on Instagram. Everywhere you can put your video, all platforms, go for it. That is, you just want it everywhere. Okay, I've got this one right here. My last country music video has received about 500,000 online on-demand plays through items like Roku and Chromecast, but it's not getting any love from mainstream like CMT or GAC. I even made one, let's see here. I lost it there. Okay, I think I get the point though. So, great. Okay,
I made one CC and the format is correct.
Right. So I think, okay, so I got the format is correct and how to record it back. Okay, so look, TV's dead. TV is dead. Look at us right now. Okay, we've got 1,000+ people right now. We're hanging out. We're talking. TV is dead. CMT is dead. MTV is dead. Fuse is dead. Everything is dead, guys. Dead, dead, dead. If you've got someone who's already had 500,000, views, that makes the point. There are so many other places. Don't be allured into, again, that's kind of like that professional thing again. Don't be lured into like, oh, this whole idea of like, where do real music videos get played? I mean, I did a video for a band called Shinedown, this song called Sound of Madness. And I think actually, so it was never even really a single, and it was never their big, huge pop song, but the Sound of Madness music video for Shinedown, I think is still their most viewed video. So it never got to MTV, it never got to Fuse. We made that video, it connected with people, and even though they had huge hit pop songs that put them platinum and double platinum, that video for Sound of Madness that never got any airplay is still one of their biggest songs at concerts and one of their most viewed videos. So I'd say don't worry about playing those games. It's a new day, and artists have all the power, and we have all the platform. You're welcome, Bill. I see you. I mean, we have all the power now, so don't even worry about that stuff. Because at the end of the day, as an artist, you're going to have to get out on the road and play to people, and that's what a music video is. A music video is an extension of you. It used to be back in the day, you hoped you made a demo tape and passed around and somebody saw it, or you played a gig. After that gig, you sold some of your music or gave a free copy away. When you came back to that town, there was now 10 people as opposed to 3 people. That's what this is all about. Music videos, whether it's an elaborate one or whether it's just one camera set up. Look at this shot right now. Look, I'm sitting in a room. I've got some cool, reclaimed wood behind me. We could make a music video right here. This is all I need. One angle. I could sit here on guitar. I could maybe get a little bit different of an angle here. I might be a little bit more moody here, or, maybe here, or, if it was a rap video, I'd be coming down this way on you. But I can make a music video right here in this room, and I would stand behind that. That music video is an extension of you, that people can see that. And then when you go and play, they already have a connection with you. Don't ever think this music video format is the silver bullet. It's not. It's you hustling, it's you grinding, you getting out in front of people and playing. That's the best thing. Jonathan, you got it, man. Thumbs up. I see you. I see you, Jonathan. But it is. I mean, that's what's fun about music videos. Look, I got a camera right here, on my computer. That's what we do as artists. That's what I do. If I put this little bit low angle here and I'm sitting here and I'm playing guitar right here, I've got a nice little emotional thing. I can get this, and I can, look, you're bigger than me. The audience is bigger than me. It's looking down on me, and it's like, I don't have any power. I'm sad. Look at me. I have a sad song, right? But, now all of a sudden, if I'm up here, I'm dominating. That's every rap angle. That's every guitar solo. It's right here. That's a power move right here. That's what you want right there. That's what we do as artists. My job is to work with you guys and figure out how to convey that. And that's why I love music videos. I'm on a tangent, but man, I love this. Okay, I'm looking at some more questions here, unless you see something going on there, Garrett, that you really, 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 really like.
I really, really, really like this one, and Jody did too. So she sent me this one, and the reason I like this one is because it has to do with the art and not
Really
the
quick,
equipment.
anyone else do Dutch Brothers? Because I love Dutch Brothers. I'm just going to throw this out there right now. Dutch Brothers is keeping me going through this whole thing right now. Go, Garrett. What's the question?
Okay. How do you capture attention within the first 5 seconds of the video? Or 10 or 20 seconds. How do you, what's the best way to make it interesting right off the bat? How about that?
A striking image. I mean, it's as simple as something that's striking, or it's as simple as something that engagement. If I'm right here and that video begins, and I'm sitting right here, song begins, boom, I'm right there. You're breaking that wall. You're looking at the actual viewer. So, I mean, those are little things, and we kind of know that instinctually, So there's things like that, If it's effects, boom, a tree that's on fire. What, So there's ways that you can do that. But again, how about a great song? How about you give me 5 seconds of an amazing song that starts off that song, and then I'll match it.
Yes. That's a great point too, because Leah has preached this in the webinar. She preaches it in the Online Musician and its Superfan system. Is all of this stuff that you and Leah talk about all the time. It's for nothing if you don't start with a good talent and a good product. So
that's right.
Trying to shortcut it is not going to work.
Let's see here. I'm looking at some questions here. Clayton wanted to know, what do you charge for your video production services? I mean, I see the thread over here. Let me ask the thread here. What do you charge to go perform and be an artist? What do you charge out there to go play a concert or perform? Tell me what you charge out there, thread. I want to know what you guys charge. So I'm going to give this a second here. What do you musicians charge to go and perform? And I'm going to see what comes up here. Because ultimately, like Adam, $250 a night. That's a good rate. I'll take that. It depends. Yeah, it depends. It depends. Okay, we got 150. Now let me ask you this, as that thread keeps coming in with your numbers. You're a singer-songwriter. I see country. Okay. Your favorite artist calls you. Your favorite artist calls you and says they want you to open for them. And they say it's not a paid gig. Do you play that gig? Do you play that gig? Of course you do. Of course you do. Unless you're Sissy, because she's getting $2,000 a gig. I like that. Way to go. Heck yes, there we go. Of course you do. So yes. With that, there's time, again, if an artist comes to me, if one of you guys get me your music and it changes my life, I'm begging you to make your music video. I want to work. I'm an artist. I don't just sit back here and go like, oh, it better be worth my time. I love making stuff. And if you're good at what you do, man. So what do I charge? Just like you guys, it depends. What I will say is this, on the real business, I got an amazing wife. I got 4 kids. I got a mortgage. I'm like you guys. I got a life. I got a car payment. This is all I do. So my time has to be factored in such a way where this is all I do. So most of the time I'm not doing a music video for less than, I don't know, $10,000, up to $100,000. If something comes to me, if an independent artist comes to me and I hear it, I just don't charge them. So there's kind of no in between. Either I'm going to do a video for free with my time, or I'm going to start in the $5,000, $10,000 range. Otherwise, I'm just going to do it for free. It's not worth it. Natalie, 5 kids, I hear you. I mean, yeah, so there's a point where, because I know artists and I know musicians, you either got the money or you don't. You're either on a label that's going to pay for those things or you don't. And so if a band comes to me and sends me their music, or if you somehow track me down at darrendoane@gmail.com and you send me your music and it changes my life, believe me, I'm going to be like, all right, if you can get to Idaho, where I live now, I've left Southern California, I'm in Idaho now. You can get to Idaho, maybe I'll just do a music video for you, So But the hardline answer, it starts around it starts around 5 or 10 grand, and then it goes all the way up. I just got done doing a video for a band called A Day to Remember, and it had a lot of effects and makeup and tons of stuff. And it just, those were, you know, to get the best, you know, to get the best makeup guy, it was like $2,000-$3,000 a day just to get the best makeup guy to make the people, make this young band look like a bunch of old people. So costs are costs, and you can't get around those things. Chad says crowdfunding. Hey, I've never done crowdfunding, but if you can get people to believe in you and help put money into a music video, I'm seeing more and more people doing that. Again, I'm on the director side. So from the artist side, you've got people committed to you, people who love you, who want to see you succeed. Absolutely crowdfund. And even if it's $500 or $1,000, you call a director or maybe a cinematographer, and you've raised $1,000, they'll probably make an amazing music video for you. People are amazing these days. Everyone's good. I mean, I see 14-year-olds posting videos, and they blow my mind. Everyone's good now. So hopefully that's an encouragement. What are you seeing out there, Garrett? How's everyone doing out there? We still doing good out there? The thread? How are we doing? Everyone still having a good time? Are we getting questions answered? Or are we getting questions answered? Good.
Still over 300 people here.
Great.
Yeah, Rudy has a question about patterns that you see in successful songs. So considering the song is great, have you found any patterns, technical or creative, on videos that became viral or successful? Have you noticed a common value add or difference between the videos that succeed and those who not?
Unless you've got something super crazy that people just have to see, it's a cat falling out of a tree, caught by an alien, surfing, and it just goes viral. I mean, there's always that. It's the bands that hustle the most. It's the bands that are really trying to reach people. And those are the ones that always succeed more. There is no silver bullet. And unfortunately, if we're talking tricks and gimmicks on the cheesy side, it's always TNA. It's always nudity. It's always, I mean, I had the luxury of growing up at a time when, because you had to go to MTV, in one sense, there were still standards. Once everything went to YouTube, everything got a lot raunchier, even on Instagram now. And so you see people, it's like, it's a music video, and you can tell why it's getting, tons of views, because they got some girl's butt on there. And it's like, that's just as low rent as it gets. And so, anyone peddling in that kind of smut world, it's like, no, dude, just get out. I mean, that's, once something gets to porn, it's over, right? When someone can't sell something, the end result is always just shaking their butt. It's always porn, and that's when something's about to die. I was doing country music videos with bands like the Zack Brown Band, like Joey and Rory, and you could do really cool things, and all of a sudden you had like Big and Rich, and it was like, Save a Horse and Ride a Cowboy, and it was just like, it was, again, and you could see the genre dying, because it's dying when all of a sudden it's just girls, it's just butts, it's just TNA. When you see it going there, it's dying. Rap died. You saw rap dying when it went from, Wu-Tang Clan, slow motion, running in the streets, hopping fences, breaking 40s. It was real. It was like gnarly. It was like, whoa. And then by the end, you've got Jay-Z and it's Big Pimpin', and it's like, you see that, but within a year or two, you see it's dying. You see it's dying. You see it's dying. And that's what happened when Nirvana showed up. Think what was right before. You had Nirvana, and right before Nirvana, it was Whitesnake. It was Chicks on Cars. It was Warrant. It was Cherry Pie. It was, oh, we've got a fire hose, and we're going to spray girls. It was like, you could see it dying. Metal was all kind of like real. Then it became all girls, and it dies. Grunge comes in, kills it, right? Then all of a sudden, and then that starts to die. Rap does the same thing. You can always tell the decline. Right. And so even right now, we're seeing the decline. Always stay away from that. Always be a true artist. I've been very lucky to work with someone like Colby Calais, who's never sold out. She's never gone slutty. I mean, she stayed true to who she is. Her work as an artist That's what you want to stay focused on, is you. There is no gimmick. And if someone sells you a gimmick out there or tells you that there is a gimmick, get out of there. There's so many scumbags in this industry. Get out. Just stay focused on your work. What do we got? Any amens out there? I'm seeing a lot of amens coming in. Here we go. Amen.
Oh yeah.
Catherine's confused. She's like, not sure. So
don't judge me.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm looking at some questions here. How long does it take to shoot a video? Quick ones here. A day. It can take about a week to prepare and plan for a music video, and then when you shoot, just shoot one day, and then spend 3 or 4 or 5 days another week editing. So it's a simple process. It can be done really, really quick. Let's see here. What do you got over there? Okay, when filming a music video, what is the magic ingredient? Chelsea asked this. I bet you could probably answer this on the thread now here. When filming a music video, what is the magic ingredient? What does the thread say? Thad, that's like editing is key. That is true. It is key. But you are the ingredient. There you go. Good music. You, a great song. You, the song. We live in this age right now where we're always trying to find a service that is somehow going to make us better and make it better for us. You are the product. You are the product. So just make great music. Let's see here. I'm going through some more questions here. Do I use storyboards? Sometimes, if I have a good sense of where I'm actually going to be and there's maybe complex things I'm trying to accomplish, I will do little rough storyboards. You can see images and pictures in the back. But for the most part, I like to get out there and just go for it. Again, unless it's complex, I don't do storyboards. How do I go about setting up a budget? You just look at kind of what the real hard costs are. First of all, if you've got people on the set and you've got a crew of people, you got to feed them. So the first number I do is what's it going to take to feed people? Everything I just put on top of that. You feed people, whether it's your 3 friends you can take out to lunch, just be prepared to feed people. And on top of that, you just start to build your budget. What's that location going to cost us? What's that camera going to cost us? What's the hard drive going to cost us that we have to put all this footage on? Stuff like that. So it's pretty simple. I think most people know how to do that. What else you seen on the thread over there?
Yeah, so a lot of tactical and technical questions as it relates to the approach of making their own music video, especially for the singer-songwriters. I'll just interject here and say one thing is that you guys, some of you have heard of music video formula. I'm sure we had a few early bird students here in the show right now. That is where Darren really goes into an A to Z process for this. So right now, this particular show is just opening the discussion, getting everybody excited and warmed up to the idea of starting their own music video. But we do want to know, we want you to know we're going to take care of you. There's no pitch or anything on this particular session, but I think we're going to be opening, let's see, yeah, just finishing it up. We're going to be opening up music video formula for a public release in the coming weeks. So we're going to let you guys know about that. So that we're going to take care of you from an A to Z standpoint. So, and that's for Darren. Didn't you say there's genre-specific content coming up as well? So
yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we've got the music video formula, which is a great overview of kind of just my kind of tips, tricks, pitfalls of how to actually make a music video. But what I'm growing is then, showing people how to make the rap video, how do you make the band music video, how do you make the storyline video, singer-songwriter. They all have different approaches, and there's just different ways to approach those things. But more importantly, what I love about making, what I'm making right now is everything is real time, as opposed to having something edited and cut down. When you watch the music video formula, you're there real time. You're sitting there. There's no cutting. There's no nothing. I want people to get that experience, because that's what I did. I used to go on music video sets and just sit there and watch how they made things. And if you don't experience things in real time, then you'll always have the wrong expectations of what you're going to go through. And so the music video formula and the subsequent projects that we're going to have coming through that, they're all about real time. It's like bringing you into my world, coming on my set, and learning everything, seeing through the camera and also understanding what that process is. Very, very important.
Awesome. Yeah. So I related to that, and we can touch a little bit on some how-to stuff as well as if we haven't. But no, let's see. It's Deb is asking, are there any tricks for the outside video shoot for a particular singer-songwriter? And again, I'm assuming we're on the kind of the entrepreneurial, lower budget and most affordable. How do you shoot a video outside?
I love shooting outside, with the exception that I'm definitely a sweater. So I mean, hot, I got white skin, I never tan. So with the exception of that, I'm always just semi-uncomfortable and burning in the sun. I love shooting outside. I get all this natural light. You have $1 trillion, in theory, $1 trillion set location. If you're out in the mountains, you know, or if you're in a cool alleyway or something, even that, the texture. I love shooting outside. My trick to shooting outside is just shoot outside. Shoot outside as much as possible, because then it's lit. You know, inside's when it gets complicated. Inside lighting takes a little more skill. It can get a little more complicated. A lot of people have asked me about like GoPros and what do I think about GoPros, and you know, I love GoPros outside. You bring a GoPro inside, it just doesn't have that kind of latitude. It gets grainy. It gets a little, you know, unless you want that look. So being outside, I love it. Again, you look at someone, you know, a music video like Jason Mraz, I'm Yours, all outside lighting, you know, obviously it's Hawaii, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. You just can't go wrong. So I love being outside, love it. So I'd say just shoot outside, you know. But my number one trick, you know, my number one trick, I'll give you a little teaser, is, and I would say this is the trick, guys. This is the trick. When you go to make a music video, whether with your iPhone or the camera you've bought, when you get there, don't take your camera and act like it's a video camera. Use your camera like it's a still camera, okay? Everyone is so good at taking pictures these days, and you see, and the average person now knows how to frame up a shot. You know, it's not going to be like this. And they, you know, it's like they frame it up, they get it, they move it, they pose, and they get their shot. Okay. For some reason, when they go to make a music video, they grab their camera and they don't, and it's like moving. It's like, no, lock it off, compose your shots, and film. Film like you are doing a photo. Don't get all crazy. Just shoot a couple angles like you're doing photos. It's the number one tip. You do that and your music videos will already be so much better than the average person who just for some reason gets a camera and loses all sense of composition. Whenever you hold a video camera in your hand or your iPhone in video mode in your hand, just tell yourself, I'm taking a picture. I'm going to compose this like I'm taking a picture, whether it's with a camera or not, okay? So yes, if you have a tripod, that's great. But if it's no tripod, just hold it. A little movement's okay. You know, just make sure that when you're doing that, you know, that you compose. Just compose. Don't get all crazy, handheld, weird, like it's the first time you picked up a camera. Just compose. So that is probably one of my biggest, you know, I mean, that's, and I still tell myself that. So trust me, when you look through that lens, compose, make it look cool. So I think that would be the biggest tip I could give you guys today from an actual production standpoint.
That's great. How about this one, Darren? A couple people have asked this. So far, I have only made live recordings of myself singing and playing one instrument acoustically. However, I play all the instruments on the properly recorded versions of my songs. How do I do a simple video showing myself playing the various instruments and sync it with the audio? So I think it's like, you know, when you have different quadrants of the same person playing different instruments, right?
So I got thrown off because Eddie's offered me money up here. So this is already a great session. Eddie, I see you. I see that. Thank you.
Sellout. What a sellout.
Yeah, I got to go. I mean, Eddie's is throwing up cash here. I'll do it for free, Eddie. Don't worry. Well, I mean, creatively already as a director, I'm thinking, well, I would just shoot a bunch of different takes with you playing every instrument. I think that'd be really cool. If you played all the instruments in the band, I think that's in the recording. That's kind of cool and fun too. It would actually be a part of who you are. and actually would sort of like, it would show that side. Other than that, I would say just commit to one. I would just commit to vocal and guitar and don't worry about that. But if you play all the other instruments, I think that'd be really, really cool. Again, express and show who you are, because that will tell people more about you. So that's the direction I would lean into.
Awesome.
Let's see here. I'm getting some good things here. Got Andre 3000. Here we go. Thanks, Shane. I appreciate that.
Bro, lip syncing.
Lip syncing. Yes, lip syncing. People freak out about lip syncing, and it's worth freaking out about. It is worth freaking out about. Until you cross over. You know, there's sort of two things that on a set that come up every time. One is lip syncing, and two is, do I use the mic? Do I not use the mic? Do I have a mic there? Those are like the big philosophical questions when it comes to making music videos. 3 ways to lip sync. There is I'm just going to fake it, and that's horrible. It looks bad. Everyone can feel it. There's no energy, okay? The second way is you have a sound system loud enough to be so loud that even when you're singing at the top of your lungs, it's so loud you still can't hear yourself. I prefer that. I love that. I did a video for a group called the Deftones, and Stefan, the guitar player, called me and said, I have one requirement for this video. I want the loudest sound system in the history of music videos. And I brought in I brought in a festival guy that does festivals, and we brought in that sound for a music video. It's crazy. That said, yes, Deftone fans up there. Hexagram. I did the Deftones video for a song called Hexagram. It's gnarly. It's insane. Crazy energy. And so that's a second way. The third way to lip sync, and Brent Smith from Shinedown is a master at this, is you just get the energy here. So like right now, if I'm singing like this, it's air coming out of me. But I have all my throat. I have all the images. I have all hits. You can do that. And when you do that, it's not this fake, there's no energy, there's no nothing here. You got to get that. That way you don't blow your voice out. You don't blow your voice out from going full nonstop with a loud sound system. You can't hear yourself. You don't blow your vocal cords. So I'm a fan of that third option. Loud enough to hear. As long as you can kind of just do that or sing like that, you don't have to project every time, but you got to sing something, and that's going to give you a great performance. Jonathan, hey, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to blow your secret there. Holly, what is Holly here? Holly says, I'm an advanced editor, so I'll answer you. Okay, he's gone. That's good. There you go. Holly's got a great response there. Great job, Holly. What are you seeing over there? What are you seeing over there? We've been going for an hour, guys. I'm ready to keep partying with you guys if you want to keep partying. So if you guys want to keep going on this web party, we can do this. If you guys want to keep going, you just tell me a thumbs up or a yes, and we'll keep partying. What do we got? What do we got here?
Awesome. Actually, hey, all right, so yeah, we can definitely keep going. For those that have to cut out, do know that we will be sending you the full replay. We'll be sending you the notes. We'll also be sending you a way where you can get notified when Music Video Formula does become available. For now, if you want to let us know, Jody, can we go ahead and put a link for these guys that may have to jump off early? There should be a button coming up on your chat, guys. You can just click it, and that will tell us that you want to be notified when.
Yeah, Victor. Sorry, go.
when the Music Video Formula course is released. So that should be coming up for you soon, guys. So we're going to keep going here. Let's see. DeAndre, I see you. What do you got, DeAndre? What do you got? Hip hop, you got rap, you got singer songwriter. What do you got, DeAndre? Come on, what do you got? Let's see here. Okay, how do you suggest artists handle criticism? Genevieve, great question.
Genevieve out there, how do you suggest artists handle criticism? Love it. Lean into it. You think I suck? Awesome. You think I'm the worst artist in the world? Awesome. And when I say that, I don't mean in some sort of like Hallmark channel, like because I'm going to become successful. And then when I'm successful, then it's like really cool because now I'm successful and all the haters, you know, I get to look at now. No, that's not why you lean into it. You lean into it because that's how you grow as a person. That's how you see what you're made of, is when you go out there and people say you suck. And people say, that's horrible, the music sucks, your directing sucks. True story, I did a video not too long ago. This band contacted me, very big, successful band. They said they were huge fans of my work. They're like, we really want to work with you. I was like, that's awesome, that's what you want to hear. And they said, yeah, do you have any newer projects you've done? Because a lot of your projects kind of look low budget. And I was like, dang. And I was like, oh, I was like, well, maybe they were. And it was like, and like that initial sting, and it was like, okay. And it turned out that they were fans of my work, but a lot of it was the older work that was on YouTube that actually had really poor quality. And when I actually sent them kind of some of the better quality, videos, they were like, oh, okay. But again, I've run into people, at events and stuff. I got a, on a criticism story, I'm just sharing now. This is like a humble brag, but it's not. So I got nominated for CMT Music Video of the Year and CMT Music Video Director of the Year. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And so I got invited to the big CMT event in Nashville, and so when we landed in Nashville, it turns out that they nominated 8 people per category, and then what they did is they let people start voting on the 8, and it was going to get narrowed down to the 5. And by the time I had landed, I'd already lost. I'd already been voted out. And I brought my wife, my kids, my parents. We all flew out because I was nominated, and I at least wanted to go there, and that would have been exciting. Like, and the winner is, even if you lose, it's cool. I lost before I even got to Nashville. And so I was already a loser. I still had tickets, and we were going, so it was like really weird. Anyways, so the day before the event, I'm in Nashville, and I run into some people and who I knew, and I said, hey, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we just got back from the music video party where they had all the people that were nominated for music videos, for all everyone that's nominated. I was like, oh, that's funny. I didn't get the invite to the party. He's like, yeah, I was talking to some of the people there. They were saying that your stuff just wasn't really Nashville enough. Like, it wasn't really country enough. And I was like, so I'm in Nashville. I had a video that was nominated. Turns out there was a party. I didn't even get invited to the party because whoever runs the Nashville clique didn't think the videos I was doing for Zack Brown at the time were like Nashville enough, were like country enough. I just didn't get invited to it. And someone had said to me, yeah, they just think your work just isn't Nashville enough. It's a little kind of like handheld and shaky or something. Like, I forget what it was. But because I grew up all around real musicians, not people who throw parties, not people who put little events together and award shows together, I know what it's like to be at that venue when only 2 people show up or nobody shows up for a gig. And so whatever, you just lean into that. That's not what I do music videos for. If someone says your work sucks, whatever. If your mom says you suck, you might want to think about it. If your best friend tells you that you suck, you might want to think about it. And so I've always just told myself, if a random person tells me that my work sucks, I just disregard it. I mean, why would I care? If I was walking across the street and a person I didn't know on the other street is like, you're a loser, I don't know who they are, why would that matter to me? It doesn't matter at all. It might be shock value at first, but when I look over and realize I don't know who that person is. Now, if I see one of my good friends are like, you're a loser, I'd be like, what did I do? So have a little inner circle, have people that you trust, and those are only people that you really want to listen to. Everything else, when you're taking fire incoming and you're getting hit by stuff, use that. Let that build you up. Get those scars. Let those scars be the thing that make you so tough that you're calloused and you can go anywhere and do your art anywhere, anytime in front of anybody. What do we got out there? What do we got? Deb, thank you. I like the Zack Brown videos. She was asking what Zack Brown videos that I did. I did a song called Toes. I did Colder Weather. I did Highway 20 Ride, Knee Deep with Jimmy Buffett. And I did a live concert film for Zack Brown. So great guy, amazing, you know. Yes, be able to take criticism. Be able to take criticism. So looking, you guys are still throwing questions. I love it. Thanks, Thad. Thad, just big Thad fan here. Love Toes and Colder Weather. Solid videos. Stacy is willing to come to Idaho for me to make a music video. Okay. Stacy, I see that.
You're going to have a line around the corner.
Lyric videos. What do I think about lyric videos? I sort of missed the ball on lyric videos, but that's because I'm a music video director. So lyric videos were the kind of creation of things to do, so you didn't have to hire a guy like me. And so I kind of, you know, I kind of missed the boat on that. But look, anything that helps get your music out there, I think it's great. I mean, so again, do it all. Do a lyric video. Again, I'm not a lyric guy, so I don't care about lyric videos. Most everyone else I know, they love lyrics. And so to see those lyrics, you know, it actually means a lot to them. So yes, do a lyric video. Yes, yes, yes. All of the above. DeAndre, no, I'm not in California anymore. I am in Idaho. Any videos for instrumentalists? I'd like to see those. Nope, haven't really done that. I mean, I'd like to. I mean, I would, you know, it would depend what the instrumentalist is. Let's see, what was your longest music video? What was your longest music video project? Carl, that's a good question. I'd have to think about that. I just finished a project for a band called A Day to Remember. And because the band was on tour so much, the editing process just took weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And that was probably one of my longest editing, because it would be like 5 or 6 days in between editing notes just to try to get that video completed. So, but still just a great process. It was a different kind of process because they were on tour, but hey, that's what you do. Let's see here. Anything you got going on there? I got questions coming through here. This is great. You guys have been awesome. I mean, these are the kind of questions you kind of hope you get asked.
Darren, how about this? This may seem like an obvious question, but maybe to some not so much. Why do you bother making a music video, especially if you don't have an immediate audience, a huge audience where you can just make it and then release it and bam, you've immediately provided a bunch of value. But as a beginner musician or somebody that's just starting out building their fan base, maybe, you know, we all have a bunch of other things to do. You have to create your album, work on your songs, perform, manage life and kids.
Right.
Why is a music video worth the investment as a beginner musician, and how does it help, you know, your initiatives?
Because in this day and age, as soon as somebody mentions a band or a singer-songwriter or an artist, we don't Google anymore. We go right to YouTube. I think it's the #2 search engine is YouTube. So whether it's one person mentioning somebody, people don't go to Google anymore. They go to YouTube. If they hear about an artist and it's maybe the second person that's ever heard about you, this is the medium now. You type it in, and you don't want to hear something. You want to experience something. And as an artist, you should love that. You want someone to say, I heard about you as an artist. I'm going to show up to your show. Think about that music video as a show that people all over the world can show up to immediately and see you and experience you. And my philosophy on music videos is a good music video is an extension of the artist. Okay. If you can't be there live in front of a person, that music video, that's why it's okay just to sit there with an acoustic guitar right where I am right here, webcam, play right here. I want to see who you are. I can tell right away if you're faking it, if you're sincere. That's what people want. So the music video, whether it's as simple as this or high concept, it is the way in which we connect with people now. And it is the way in which that we all want to be connected to music or something that we hear about. That's why it's essential.
Awesome.
Stephanie, we got Steffi taking a little bathroom break. Understandable. Sometimes we have to do that. Look at that. How about someone this? Someone asked, hey, they said, I've got a 5-song EP. Which song should I pick? Or I've got an entire album. Which song should I pick? I think this is a real simple answer, and you sort of already know this. And I get this all the time, and I talk to record labels all the time on this. The first song you put in order, the first song you put on your playlist, or the first song you put on your CD, that is your song for the video. When people tell me, well, the single's track number 3, or the single, like, no, it's not. Why did you put the first song there? You put the first song there because you know that's the one that's going to get people. That's you instinctively know this. And when people tell me, like, well, no, that's the opener of the album, but the main song is going to be this song. I did a song. I did a video for a hip hop artist named Propaganda. Propaganda is probably one of my favorite hip hop rap artists in the world. And they said, oh, we're going to do this particular song. And I listened to the album. He got it to me. I was like, no, we're doing that first track. He's like, well, that's not even a real song. That's just kind of the first track, kind of a little thing that we kind of put together. I was like, he's like, there's not even like a chorus really. Or it was like, it's all chorus. If you look at Propaganda, I was like, no, this is the track. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is the track. He's like, well, it doesn't really, it's just all hook. It's kind of like I go, well, that's what we're doing. That's the song. The song is called Excellent. Propaganda, Excellent. You look at that video, and that was not what we were supposed to do. We're supposed to do another video. As a matter of fact, Propaganda showed up to make the other video that they thought was the single, that they thought was the hit. And I said, hey, we've got some spare time. Let's actually go and shoot this video just for fun. And they're like, okay, wow, it's like two for one. So I shot concept for the other one. But we went to the beach and we shot this video, and I cut that video together. I gave that to the label. I never even finished the other video. I was like, no, guys, we're not doing this. And they were a little upset about it. Anyways, it turned out to be his biggest hit, his biggest success. But that was the track. That was the first track. If it's the first track, you know that's what you're leading with. Lead with that first track. So don't ask anyone else. If you've already put that sequence together, that first track, that's your video. Joey awesome. Fly, that's right. Here we go.
Okay, tactical. Indoor lighting tips.
Indoor lighting tips. There's 2 categories of lighting. Let me just be real clear on this. There's the best cinematographers, director of photography, lighting in the world. Then there's everything else. So unless you're doing that, just be in the everything else category. I did a video for an artist named Matt Nathanson, song called Come On Get Higher. Matt Nathanson, Come On Get Higher. I flew out to Kansas City and went to Home Depot and just bought a bunch of lights at Home Depot. So whatever I got at Home Depot. And shot the entire music video with lights from Home Depot. Just the ones you put up, little bars, whatever. Just bought a bunch of those, a couple $100 in lighting, and Jonathan, you're cracking me up. And yeah, that was it. So I wasn't trying to be an amazing cinematographer. I was just trying to tell a story. So lighting, again, either get someone who knows what they're doing, has their own light gear, wants to be really amazing with it, or just make sure you've got lighting. Make sure it's kind of lit like this, and then when you go to edit, just do some coloring. Add a little vignette around here. I mean, everyone's doing Instagram now. So there's ways in which you kind of naturally know how to color. I think coloring is more important than lighting almost these days, but I don't want to get into that. But so yeah, so indoor lighting, just make sure it's lit. Just make sure it's lit.
Awesome. Xavier wants to know, have you ever done a video with a classical pianist? And how would you go about making one?
Not for an entire song. I did a Shinedown video for a song called "I'll Follow You," and Eric, the bass player, plays the piano on that track. So one of the few times I actually got to film somebody on a piano. To me, I mean, I don't care what the instrument is, whether it's a harp or piano, it's exciting to me. I mean, so how would I go about doing that? I would go about filming, and I have gone about filming someone on the piano. I mean, you got tight shots of fingers. I mean, you got keys hitting, you got side shots, you've got here. I mean, you got all these, you got tracking shots that you can do across the, so if this is the camera, like across the piano up onto stuff, boom. I mean, it's like all these things are going on. You got the foot pedals. I mean, that's like, someone on the piano is like everything at once. It's like the feet are doing kind of like drums. The fingers on the keys are like shredding guitar. So in one sense, fingers going down would be the same as frets on a guitar. I mean, so the idea is to always just break down what's going on. What are the ingredients? What makes something awesome? When you watch and hear a music video, that's the editing process too. I mean, you're hearing, I mean, someone asked if I'm, is there sort of a musician within me in one sense, because editing kind of requires a musician. When you see me editing, actually in the music video formula series, I actually do a whole thing on editing. You get to see me edit real time and live and put an entire music video together. It's a little bit embarrassing, but whatever. That's how I edit. I'm listening, I'm hitting, I'm cut to this, going to drums and boom, and I'm cutting, boom, this, that. What I'm hearing and what do I experience, that's what I want to cut to. That's what I want to feel. That's what I want to see. Let's go to drums there, boom, there's a bass line there, vocals come in, you are dancing, you are moving. So if I'm doing a pianist, I mean, oh my goodness, there's so many things going on that I would love to do that. So no different than anything else. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I love the part that you said about breaking down the ingredients, because that's a really good point. The pedals and the keys, and in the sense where the music could be building. As the music's building, you're looking at certain parts of it, and then wow, you zoomed out and they see the big picture of a piano in the middle of a beach.
Yeah, yeah. Or on fire. I did on fire. That's what makes it fun. Is as an artist, you start breaking those things down the same way you break down notes and music. It's the same way for me for filmmaking. What is it with this band? What are the ingredients? What needs to be communicated? Same thing, you're watching a live show, you're watching the bass player, you're going to here, you're going that, you're feeling the drums. It's the same thing when I go to edit, it's that same process, and I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. I mean, it's the best job in the entire world, being able to show up with guys and girls like you and just completely get to be a part of that process. I mean, it's awesome.
Xavier says, I can't light my piano on fire. Dude, do this. Go to Craigslist. There are people that want you to come get their piano for free. Just you get a pickup truck and get that piano, and then there you have it.
If you actually go to my Instagram, I think I actually have a part of it. I actually have on my Instagram feed. I think it's Doane Family Films now. I think I changed it. Doane Family Films. And on there, I've actually got a clip from the Shinedown video where the piano is on fire. But yeah, that's where we got it. Went to Craigslist. Someone to get rid of a piano for, or we just bought one for like $150, and lit that thing on, fire. So yeah, it's easy to do. Great rabbit trail.
Awesome.
What I love is I'm watching the feed here, and this is what happens. You get a bunch of artists together. People are hooking up right now. They're gonna be doing projects together. I mean, this is great. I love seeing this. This is exactly what you love seeing. You get a bunch of artists in the room, and that's what is so cool. I mean, I love seeing that. This is great.
You know what? Everybody might not know this, but the common denominator here is, of course, Savvy Musician Academy. For those of you who haven't met others in this community, I heard some people ask or say there should be a Darren Doane chat thread and community, and of course there is. Definitely inside Music Video Formula, but for now, you guys should head on over to the Savvy Musician Facebook page. Make sure you
Absolutely.
like that. That's where this conversation continues all the time. Darren and Leah are going on Facebook Lives. So yeah, Jody, could you post the link to the Savvy Facebook page in the top of the chat so people could have that, and then you guys can go there and continue the conversation, find collaborations, etc.
Well, this has been absolutely amazing. I mean, this has been so cool. And Thad, no, man, thank you. That's kind of what we wanted to kind of be happening here, was people jumping in, answering questions, and that's what this community is all about. That's why I really wanted to get invested in even do the Music Video Formula, because in one sense, people have always asked these questions, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a series, 3, 4, 5 hour series where I just take people through it, answer, because if you just by filming the entire process, there's no questions. And that's why I made the Music Video Formula. It was like, I wanted people to be able to watch it real time, see all the problems, see what breaks down, see how the playback never works. It's never loud enough, no matter what the project is. Because I wanted, I wanted fellow artists to be able to see it and to see it in real time. So this is great, man. You guys are all awesome. I'm just giving big thanks to, everybody. And I've got a feeling I'm going to be hooking up with some of you artists out there. Just seeing some of the things you guys are saying. You guys have been super encouraging. And hey, man, we can do this again. So don't worry, man. If you can watch it on the replay, or if you're watching on the replay, we will do this again. And I'm more than happy to kind of be here for you guys. And maybe down the line, if you actually get the Music Video Formula, we can figure out to come on back and answer even more questions. So thanks, guys. Garrett, I'll let you kind of run the kind of end here, and I'll kind of look at the stream here as you're kind of wrapping things up, and maybe something will catch my eye here.
Cool. Yeah. So first off, real quick, I know that we didn't get to all the questions here. It's as you guys can imagine, there's been a lot of them come in. It's really difficult to answer everyone. So how about we'll do this? We're going to send out an email, kind of a wrap-up email after this, and you'll get it over the next few days or so. It'll have the replay. It'll have the show notes. It'll have a link if you want to sign up for, well, you can't sign up for Music Video Formula now, but it'll put you on a notification list. But most importantly, or equally importantly, you'll also have a link where we can catch any of your questions that didn't get answered. Okay, so we will make those priority in the next live session that we have. So we'll give you guys a link where, for those of you that unfortunately we didn't get to your questions, you will be able to let us know that we didn't get to them, and then we'll make those the priority on the next show. So for now, Jody, if you would please, let's put the offer for the button for Music Video Formula notification. And again, guys, this is not a paid pitch or anything right now. This is if you just want to be notified when Music Video Formula becomes available. Let us know what's your best email, and we'll let you know.
This has been so much fun. I mean, this is actually my first webinar, web chat ever. So I mean, this is this is awesome. I'm like fired up. I actually want to go make something right now. I don't know if you guys are fired up, but I actually want to go make a music video right now. So yeah. If you're anywhere near Moscow, Idaho, just get over here next hour. Let's just make something. But no, you guys have been awesome. These are great questions. And again, I want to encourage you guys again, get out there, do it, and fail, and be awesome at it. Okay, then let's get better. Now let's do another one, and then let's get better, and let's get better. Let's not be afraid to get dirty and get beat up. Okay, so I got the scars to prove it. So you guys are awesome. Anything else you got going on over there? Yeah, is there a secret thing coming in there, Garrett? What do we got here?
Nope. For those of you on mobile, I know you probably couldn't see the link come up for Music Video Formula, so you actually have to click done on the video, and it will take you over to where you can see that. But if you don't, fail, or if you don't, I'm reading fail on the screen. Fail is the best way to grow. Yes. If you don't get the link, just keep an eye on your email address. We'll take care of you guys. That's all I have on my end. You guys have been great.
Thank you guys so much. Last question from me. Am I just hitting stop broadcast and we're done? Is that it?
Yeah, man. That's
How
it.
we do it. Hey, Garrett, thank you so much for being my co-host today. Thank you, Jody. I know you're out there. Steve, the rest of the crew and the team that we've got here. Thanks so much. Savvy musician, the online musician. I mean, this is an amazing community. Thank you guys so much. Have a great Thursday night. Let's get ready for the weekend and go make something awesome this weekend. And let's all keep getting better. So thank you guys so much.
We'll see you soon.
Awesome. See you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.